Kalalal Yahweh Hashem Shai, the Baranas to the apostles of James, Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. Alright, this is Ashar from James Vigilant, alright, James Jamaica, and you just get into this little video from this little clip from Boondocks, right? Because we all know we have some Uncle Ruckus same way in the earth, right? We actually believe this, right? So we'll get into the video and then bring out on it.
See, to understand the story of Catcher Freeman, you gotta know a little something about slaves. Now, if you think niggas is worthless and lazy today, oh, Lord help me, you should have seen them back in slavery days. Good old Master Colonel and plantation owners like him provided darkies all over the South with good jobs, food, housing. I'm telling you, slavery was the best thing that ever could happen to Negro kind.
Okay, first of all, none of that is true. And don't trust them new niggas is not a spiritual.
Hush your mouth and learn your history, boy. Slaves sang that and many other joyful songs all day. They danced, did arts and crafts, crochet, had water balloon fights, everything except for work.
Hey, y'all! Masters are coming! He's a-coming, y'all! Masters are coming! Here he comes!
Look, guys, you asked me to take you in as slaves, and this is how you repay me? All you do all day is sing and jump and eat.
You just stop. All right, stop it. Stop it. Stop having so much fun.
Hey, Master, won't you do me a favor and master these nuts in your mouth, nigga?
Come on, y'all. Now, that's enough. I've had it. Y'all go get timeout. Everybody is in timeout right now.
Man, you ever notice how white people sound when they get mad?
I've had it. Everyone's getting a timeout.
Hey, Master, Deanna sent a message for you.
I don't know anyone named Deanda. Deanda who?
Deanna, my dig, nigga!
Now, I have put up with this for long enough. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. Get to work now. Now, I'm sorry I had to speak at you so sternly, but you brought it on yourself. Stop that. Slave masters have feelings too, y'all.
I says we murder that cracker. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't kill y'all to do a little bit of work. What's wrong with you, nigga? We got this slavish shit hooked up just like we like it, and yo wants to fuck it up with work. Now looks, before we kills Master, we gotta get this nigga Catcher Freeman. Even if we could escape, Catcher come get us. But Catcher Freeman's strong and faster than us, Percy. How's it gonna do that? We'll use Thelma, that high yellow mulatto Jezebel hussy.
Hey, that's my great grandmother. No need to get emotional, Robert. I'm just.
Alright, so we're gonna bring out some curses. For sure say slavery never go that way. Right, to say Deuteronomy 28 verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Right, so these are some of the things up in slavery. Say verse 37. Thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Right, so them call we niggers and all them other names. See. Verse 39. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. This a curse, right? This is not necessarily in slavery. Right? This verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He that lend to thee, thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Right, this is talking about in this dispensation of time, right? The IMF and all these other banks, right? Right, verse 48. Therefore shall those serve thine enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Right, that's in slavery. Said verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. Right, so that to them what we did I show in a boondocks is a perfect example. Right, and that lead all back to the reason we feel or the black people of this society feel about the master, right, which is the white man who bring them in slavery. It's because of Stockholm syndrome. Right, get that real quick. It's Stockholm syndrome. Is it Stockholm syndrome is a condition that causes hostage to develop a psychological alliance with their captor as a survival strategy during captivity. These feelings result from a bond formed between captor and captive during intimate time spent together, are generally considered irrational in light of the danger or risk endured by the victim. Generally speaking, Stockholm syndrome consists of strong emotional ties that develop between two persons, where one person inter, intermittent, intermittently harasses, beat, threaten, abuse, or intimidate the other. The FBI hostage barricade database system shows that roughly 8% of victims show evidence of Stockholm syndrome. Right? So it is formally named in 1973, when four hostages were taken during a bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden. The hostages defend their captor after being released and would not agree to testify in court against them. Stockholm syndrome is ostensibly paradoxal. Look up that word. Ostensibly, as appear or in is stated to be true, though not necessarily so. Right, so Stockholm syndrome is ostensibly paradoxical because a sympathetic sentiments captive feel towards their captor are the opposite of the fear and disdain an onlook may feel towards the captors. That's that's Stockholm syndrome. Right, so I get some more precept. Right, just read this one because this is a perfect example of Stockholm syndrome. So Numbers 11 verse 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting, and the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. Right, so the man here are reminisce back from when them did slavery in Egypt, and I remember good times. Right, so these are the people them we face today. Right, Israel back then them actually did a sick chariots, right, and then things there, right, and them still make the statement, right, rather to go back to master than to get salvation, right, just because it come with a little rough edge, right, them rather go back to Egypt. So right, Isaiah 1 verse 2. Hear, O heaven, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider. My people, doeth not consider. Right, so even though them not in them land, right, even though them a live a hoggish lifestyle, them rather be with master, right, because that's Stockholm syndrome has slapped them in the face, right. It's, this Acts 7 verse 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye doth always resist the Holy Ghost. As your father did, so do ye. Right, so this is nothing new, right. This is just the 2/3 rule, right, just like how them say them want go back to Egypt go eat cucumber, right. Same so when the Heavenly Father come around this time, them go take it cheap because them say, yo, America was a good life, right. No matter how America fall and crumble, them always say, yo, America had a good life, because 2/3 is destined to destruction, right, and then a third will hear the Heavenly Father and turn, right. Alright, final last precept. Deuteronomy 30 and 2, I think. Right, so at the end of the day, you're going to receive the promise, right? These are the last precept, and then we close it off. Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations, whither the Lord hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. Right, this is what happened in now. Right, this is why the prophets are out in the highways and the byways pushing this truth, right, to turn back the children to their father, which is Yahweh, right, through Yahweh Shai. So with that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Shai, the honors to the apostles, right, and shalom to all the brothers pushing this word in sincerity. Shalom.